Cheers, welcome to my channel. This is a bonus full moon for the month of February tarot oracle reading. And Leo, you are the star of this astrological insight. If your sun sign is not in Leo, we all have a little bit of Leo in us somewhere. If you have your birth chart, which house is Leo in, that's where this energy would show up for you. My goal is to provide valuable information to empower you. This is a general collective reading, so be aware parts may or may not resonate. Just take what works for you, leave the rest. And also, this is a timely reading, meaning that if you're watching this right now, it's the perfect time for you. If it has been some time since I have posted this, what was going on in your life then, that might give you more accurate information regarding your situation. So we're going to begin with the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck. There we have it, Leo. There's the line coming out. Also, I just want to point out that this full moon coming up on February 1st is in the sign of Leo. So you're going to feel it probably more than any of the other signs. And this energy here is the underlying energy for the entire reading. And this is having the courage, the integrity, and the strength to be able to dig deep and be able to really face your fears. Any fears that you have from when you were a child in your subconscious mind, and also any fears you have as an adult, and really taking a look at that and seeing if you can face these fears. This young woman is reaching into this lion's mouth, and that would be a very dangerous thing to do. It's a mature lion. But it has its tail tucked under and it's being submissive and allowing it. That's because it's showing that she's facing her fears and she's digging deep. She's reaching deep into herself and the lion to address these fears that she has so that she can step into her infinite potential. And that's the underlying energy for the main reading. And then this is the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands is in the fire energy. So the fire signs, Leo, the fire signs Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius are all going to feel this energy a little bit stronger for this full moon, because it is about the element of fire. And the Queen of Wands represents that energy. She has she has a sunflower in her hand there, and that represents that she follows the sun. She's got a very happy disposition, someone who's optimistic and cheerful. She has her wand here. It's made of wood, and this is made from the tree. So it's representing strong roots from the ancestors, as well as offshoots, are the descendants. So she's sitting on her throne, and this veil behind her represents the veil between spiritual world and the physical world. So she is aware of both, and she's able to use her logic as well as her intuition to come to creative solutions when it comes to problems. And so her energy is optimistic, and she's considered to be a natural beauty and one of the sexiest of the queens. And she also has this little black cat. I have a little cat on my lap right now, and she's purring away. That's her job. So she raises that vibration. She's got happy feet, and she's purring. And so that's the king, and I don't know, there's something to do with the fact that, like, this black cat, a lot of people won't get a black cat because they think they're supposed to be bad luck. But the queen, she doesn't care. She sets the tone. She's not concerned about superstitions. She just goes with the flow. And as problems comes up, she checks into it logically and finds intuitive answers, and then applies that in a logical manner. And so the Leo full moon, this is, okay, so first I'm going to talk about this being the internal forces within you. So that's what this energy represents. The internal forces are the things that you'll find yourself saying, well, what if I do this? What if this happens? And if I don't do that, what if that happens? That kind of energy. And that could get you in a loop where everything you're doing is a what if. And so this is the internal forces, and you do have control over the internal forces. You can't control external forces all the time, for sure. You can't control other people, what they say or do, and a lot of the things that are happening on the earth right now, you don't have control over, but you do have control over your response or your reaction to that energy. And we have the full moon on February 1st, as I said, is in the sign of Leo. And this is an this is more of a calm moon. We had the full moon on the 3rd of January, was extremely volatile. It was in the sign of Cancer, and Cancer is ruled by the moon. It was very volatile, emotional energy. There was a lot of kind of wildness to it. This one's more like an average full moon, like as far as the volatility of emotions goes. Generally, we will feel the energy of the full moon 3 days before and 3 days after, you know, it comes in for sure. It's quite often longer. But this Leo full moon, what it's highlighting is this energy of, there's a lot of romance attached to it. And I've been noticing that coming up in the readings. A lot of the readings are about, you know, love and romance kind of energy lately. And we also have a creativity spike. So that can be something that happens for you. And then also, it's the main thing, though, I feel that a lot of people are feeling from or will be feeling from this Leo energy is a desire to express themselves in a very personal way. So wanting to be able to be their own unique self and express that uniqueness, which is what we came down here on Earth to do. And so this energy is quite... like it's going to highlight that part of us. And the thing is that if you look at the horoscope wheel, right directly opposite of Leo is the sign of Aquarius. And Aquarius energy is about the group and the group dynamic and what's best for the group kind of energy. And how, you know, being a team player and fitting in with the team kind of energy. And for Leo energy, in this particular energy, it's very challenging to do so. So this is the energy. It's kind of like the Aquarius energy will shine the light on the moon and any hidden aspects around that. So basically, that's the biggest challenge for this moon, is being able to keep your personal authority and at the same time valuing the opinions and the feelings of the people around you. So, we have the sun coming in, so that's awesome. So the sun's coming in. This is the happiest card in the deck. So, and this is in your identity place. So this is how you see the world right now. You're happy, you know, feeling like this young child is riding this horse and he's destined for greatness, or he, she. So this young child is handling this big banner, which is representing the destiny, with total ease, riding on this pony, no hands, no reins, just, you know, total trust in the process. And we have the sunflowers in the background, just like we have here. And this is representing, it could possibly, you maybe adopting this energy. This may be your energy, Leo. It feels like it. And this is talking about you've been like this since you were a child, and you are destined to be a happy person. Now, the sun does actually rule the sign of Leo as well. So that's why this the sun being in Aquarius directly opposite of Leo is going to really highlight this energy. And also we have our first horse here. So I want to talk about the horse energy, because on the 17th of February, we will be moving into the Chinese New Year, and it's the year of the fire horse. So right up the fire signs energy, like, you know, that's very similar to Sagittarius energy in particular, but also the Leo and Aries energy. And the thing that we need, the energy of the fire horse on February 17th is the first day of the year of the fire horse. And we are leaving the year of the snake. So this full moon on February 1st in Leo would be an awesome time for you to release any remaining issues or problems that you have that are holding you back from being your authentic self and enjoying your journey here. The fire horse energy is very supportive of that because we are moving out of the year of the snake and into the year of the fire horse energy. So if you can release the remnants of what you haven't already released on that really volatile Cancer moon, then you can get into a position for on February 17th, when the new year comes in, that you're ready for that energy, you're ready for the new. The fire horse energy is about really moving forward in a real high-spirited way, setting high achievement goals, and really being like kind of free-spirited. In love, it's talking about being really passionate and heartfelt. Horses are all about heart. And then also the danger of this sign, especially for the fire signs, is the fire horse energy can be very, very impulsive. And it can also be very, like, you already have that energy, you're a fire sign. So adding more fuel to the fire, the fire signs have to be particularly careful about being really impulsive, hot-tempered, that kind of energy, going down the wrong path and going hard. Like if you've ever seen a horse that gets the bit in its mouth. Horses are controlled by the bit in their mouth because the corners of their mouth are very sensitive. But if they pull it forward and they get it in between their teeth, they can run far, and you're not going to stop a horse when it's got the bit in its mouth. It's going to, especially if it's spooked. So this is the energy of being really careful. You don't want to be really impulsive and run with an idea that later you really regret, or open your mouth and, say things that you wish you wouldn't have soon after. And the problem is if you go for a run and you are angry and you get halfway through the run, you'll forget what you're angry about because all those positive endorphins are running through your system. And you'll come back to home and you'll be like, well, I don't even know what I was so angry about. It's not worth fighting for. Let's make love instead. That's the Leo energy. And the thing is that when you get on a horse and a horse runs like that and takes you down the wrong path, you could go really far. And then it's a lot harder to turn back and be in a different position. So this is the happiest card in the deck. And so this is like your true nature, kind of born to lead and born to be, lead with a sunny disposition, and people just love to follow you because you're in that charismatic energy. Okay, so there's this walking away card has been coming up quite a bit also in the readings, no matter how much I shuffle. So this is talking about having 8 cups, and so this represents quite a lot of energy being put into a relationship. This is talking about generally about a romantic relationship. That's what the cups are about, but they can also be about walking away from something you really love to do or something you really love to be, and it could also be like other people that you love. It doesn't have to be romantic people, but this person has put all this energy in and they're like, done, I'm walking away. I don't see the value of this relationship at any time. And you notice here it has those 2 moons that I was talking about, the full moon on the 1st and then the new moon that's going to be on the 17th. So this energy, and also on the 17th, there on the year of the horse, there's a new moon and there's also a solar eclipse. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting, I for sure will do a bonus reading on that. So now this is talking about some energy of multitasking. So this can represent someone who's very busy, and this is about having to, like multitask and get a lot done. Now the danger with multitasking is it's really great until you multitask to the point where you have more quantity than you do quality, and then you're doing things over again. So then it's not benefiting you. And it's also saying to be careful, like not to make your life so busy that you don't have time for yourself, kind of energy. I feel like with all the different shift that's happening around the world right now, and the volatility of the economy and all the ups and downs people are going through, it could be very beneficial to, you know, have a safe place, like that, something you do to calm yourself down, and that you do that for yourself when you need to. And this can be juggling, like work hard, play hard kind of energy a lot of the time. It could be you're working 2 jobs because you want to make more money. This energy can also be talking about juggling morals. So this card is saying, you know, juggle your options, but never juggle your morals. And then we have the energy of the Page of Swords coming in. So the Page of Swords represents some form of communication coming in. The pages would work for the royal court, for the king and queen, and usually they would start around 7 to 14 years of age, and just deliver messages around the court and do small tasks, etc. They would generally come from the higher society people around, you know, the kingdom. And so some people that were more educated. And this always reminds me of a golfer. The element for the Page of Swords is, of course, the sword. It's a double-edged sword, and it's talking about your mental intelligence and your logic side, as well as being able to use your intuitive energy and also think outside of the box as well as in it kind of energy. And the Page of Swords, just his body language reminds me of a golfer. And you know, golf is a very mental sport, and so you could be, you know, out with people that you're companions that you're golfing with, but you're not golfing against them or their score. I mean, in a tournament, yes, that's how it is, but it's actually, with golf, most people realize that it's a very mental sport, and you're actually, you know, you're competing with the last best score you ever had on that course, or any course really. And it's talking about having like the ability, like if you start off bad, being able to control your mind so that you don't keep going spiraling down, and then all of a sudden you get a hole-in-one kind of energy. So, you know, it's about really being able to discipline your mind, and also being able to use your mind very logically, and then also think outside the box as well. And this is the only page in the deck that is not really focused on his element. He's looking away from it. He already has the thought. He's already investigated it, looked into it, and now he's looking to see if there's something he's missing, or is there something he could add to it, that kind of energy. And so this communication coming in the old days, of course, it would be by foot, and the pages would always be like male, but these days this could be a male or a female in their masculine energy as well. The queen could be a male in his feminine energy, as well as a female in her feminine energy, because they're archetypes. And so this communication coming in, you know, these days we have so many forms of information. This could be a message coming in. It could be a phone call, a text message, like a, you know, it could be something you see on social media, a letter in the mail, you know, all that kind of energy. And quite often this card represents like some sort of investigative energy. So something that someone's doing research on something, and maybe coming back and saying, okay, I looked into this for you, and blah, 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 that kind of energy. So let's see what else is going on here. Oh, we have this information comes in. And then we have the 10 of Cups. And so the 10 of Cups is ultimate fulfillment. It's like, hey, and so whatever. It's interesting here because we have all this happiness, and then we have walking away from something. And then we have, like, we're short 2 cups to have the 10. Then we're juggling our time and our energy and our money and that kind of energy. And now, like, and I feel like that represents the 2 cups that we don't have yet. And so now all of a sudden we have 10. So this is ultimate fulfillment. This is saying, you know, as life is as perfect as life on earth can be. I mean, nothing's on earth is absolutely perfect all the time, but it's talking about really loving your partner. You have beautiful children. You love them very much. You love where you live. You love, like, your home. You love the neighbors, and you love your other family members, and you love your career, and if you have a business, you love going there to work. And you love your hobbies and all of that. So it's talking about having that ultimate happiness. And this comes in after some sort of message that you've received about something. Okay, so this comes in after. So what is this about? This is the only sword energy we have here. And this is talking about a potentially heartbreaking decision has to be made. This can be talking about, a lot of times this energy is talking about, and like when I see this, I'm like, what is this about? Because we have here like 2 cups together, but we have a 3rd cup. And that quite often represents infidelity in a relationship. And so does this card. This is a heartbreaking decision has potentially been made or needs to be made regarding desires of the heart. And this, when you look at this card, you're like, oh my goodness, like this person is like totally, how they'll never recover from this. They've got 3 swords in their heart. But then you look at it again, you realize, oh, the heart's really quite big for the size of the swords. So these are more like pins or like nails kind of energy. And so this is something that someone could recover from. However, it's definitely challenging. And sometimes this says that someone's afraid to speak up because this could be a cliff with a cloud above it, but it also could be representing someone's throat and shoulders, and that's the head, in the clouds kind of energy. And so this energy is sometimes means that there was some sort of gossip or thoughts directed your way that were very harmful to you and that really hurt you. And then there's also the energy of being afraid to speak your truth, being afraid to speak up kind of energy of regarding a situation. And again, it could be that infidelity. So we'll look into this a little bit more as we go here, what that's about. We're just going to go through this here. This is your image right now, being really happy and, being on your path in life. This is about, your abundance and self-worth. You're walking away from something because it does not suit you anymore. And so this is having the valuing yourself enough to realize I've put all this work into it. It's not working out for me. And the thing is that this energy, I feel is related to this. So then why is this here? So let's look into this a little bit more. This is communication from early life. So this could represent that in your, when you were growing up, there was a lot of juggling, and maybe your parents had to work, both worked out of the home and maybe had to work more than one job each just to make ends meet, juggling money. That kind of energy, and that being the water in the background is gaining momentum. It's becoming rougher and rougher, and the ships are becoming from small to big. So this can represent, either benefits or problems gaining momentum kind of energy. It also could represent that this is talking about, because this is in the position of your early how you were brought up. This could represent that there was infidelity with your parents, and one of them walked away. And so that left you. And so then we have this here, and this is talking about your emotional foundation and wanting to look away from that. Maybe maybe your mother or your father abandoned ship. That's kind of the energy I'm getting. And, you had to learn how to deal with that as a young child. And I'm getting that on some level, maybe you haven't really wanted to think about it. And now maybe someone has proposed marriage to you. And before you make this commitment, you want to resolve any issues you have here. This is about, because this is having the courage to really face your fears from childhood and dig deep so that you can have a different or better outcome when you're in the same position. That makes a lot of sense to me here, Leo, for this energy, like really dedicating yourself to healing this inner child energy and, facing the fears. And the lion represents Leo. So I feel like that could very much be the case here. And so this is, creativity, like how do you see yourself raising your children? And this is about your romantic life and children, and you want to have ultimate fulfillment. I feel that's what this is saying. And then this energy here can be daily routines, habits, and health. First, I really am getting right at this point that this energy is talking more about how you were raised as a child and like some of the heartbreak around that energy with your parents kind of energy than your own here, because there's not two people here for in your inner, you know, circle here or half circle. So we'll go on to the external forces and we'll see what those are about. We have some energies. Okay, we have another page coming in, and this time they're talking about, instead of thoughts and energy like that, we're talking about some information regarding pentacles. And so this is talking, so someone might have been juggling two pentacles. This could be something to do again with your family wealth or something. Or it could be there's a new idea that you have and you're juggling with it to see, you know, is it worth working with? And maybe it means that you're going to have to multitask and you know, put more energy into it to be able to make it work. You may have been researching some information about you know, a business or an investment or something, and now the information is coming in from it, kind of getting that kind of energy. The Page of Pentacles generally brings in information about, you know, like it's usually a legitimate offer, meaning that the information is usually pretty clear and it has been well researched. The Pentacle energy is quite stable. So we'll see what that, if that, what else comes out of this here. Wow, we have the Ten of Pentacles coming in after this information about the Pentacles comes in. So this is talking about, okay, living the ultimate lifestyle. And so this is, you know, having it's very similar to this. Like you have, like, not only do you have all the happiness that we described, but you have, it's raining money. So it's like, maybe this is some sort of a inheritance coming through, and perhaps someone passed or something in your family and you've inherited some money. So it's sad but happy kind of energy. You know, you're happy that you've received this inheritance, but sad that the person had to pass for you to receive it. I'm getting that it could be something just as simple as that. But we also have this energy of the Lovers coming in. So the Lovers is about choice. And so this energy is talking, the sun is shining on this relationship. There's clouds in between. So it's saying you might not know each other as well as you think you do. And if you're getting into a relationship and you want this ultimate happiness, it's saying do your research. Like, make sure you get to know this person before you hop into bed with them. You know, when that's a saying for business as well. You know, you want to make sure you know your partner before you do business with them, or you sign any dotted, you know, papers, or you make the commitment of marriage. You want to make sure that this is a strong choice, because you don't want to be back in this energy that maybe your parents were in. I'm not saying they had to be, but there's a possibility there of really wanting to do, you know, combining your logic and your intuition, so that you make the right choices when it comes to matters of love. The Lovers card is representing who do you choose to be with. And a lot of people make that choice based, you know, like they don't really put the energy into it that they would a business deal even. And when you think about it, there is no bigger commitment than the person that you end up saying, hey, I'm going to live with you for the rest of my life. And, you know, you share everything, right? Okay, so this is the energy coming in from the full moon for sure. So it's saying the Nine of Pentacles represents having a really strong environment to support you. And if you've heard of Nikola Tesla, he says, if you knew the value of the 369 or the beauty of the 369, then you would have the key to the universe. And this is like pre-Empress energy. Now remember, this could be a male and feminine energy as well as a female and feminine energy. Having said that, this person has learned the give and take in life and understands how much to invest in something and when to back off, and how much do you want to give to something, how much do you want to take. If you're paying people, how much are you going to pay them, how much, you know, that kind of energy. And so the give and take, and this is definitely about this Leo full moon that we have on the 1st. So this is saying you need to put yourself first. Like if you're on an airplane and the oxygen masks drop, they're going to tell you, put your mask on first. Even if you have a little baby beside you, put your mask on first, because if you faint, you're not going to be able to help the baby, and the baby's not going to be able to help you. So it's like the first instinct a lot of times for mothers would be put the mask on the baby, make sure they're getting enough oxygen. And this is saying you can't help others unless you first put yourself in a position that you can. So this ratio of the 3, 6, 9, there's 9 pentacles here. She has her hand on 6. This is saying that I always have my hand on 6, and I'm willing to give away 3. But this could be investing in things that are maybe not as sure, that don't need, but always having enough to run what you do have in place that's making the environment stable. And this could be like giving to charity, helping out family members, that kind of energy. The falcon here represents that she has the foresight to understand this, that she has to put herself first. And this is the energy that this full moon is like that struggle between, where is that line? Like when especially if you have a family and a partner and all of that energy, when do you need to put yourself first? And that's what this is, having an understanding of the give and take in life and the give and take in relationships so that they can be successful. Otherwise, things can become very burdensome. So this is really interesting, because this is going back to kind of this energy. It's the only wand energy coming in from the Leo energy. And it's saying these are seeds that you've planted and actions you've taken, and or other people have taken that you've taken on. And so this is talking like there's 10 here again. So you've got 10, 10, and 10. And so this is like amazing energy that you have 10 of each of these. The only thing you're missing is the 10 of swords, and that's not like a card you really want to miss. So this is like, this card, a lot of times this can be like carrying other people's burdens, and it's heavy. Like, look, it's really heavy. His home's here. He can't even see his home anymore. All he can see is like the burden, and he's really like struggling to be able to get home, to have the energy left to do it. And this card is saying like this: put down any burdens that don't belong to you and let go of them. Let other people handle what they've planted, This also can be talking that you've planted some seeds, and these are heavy from the fruit of your labor. So there might be a better way for you to bring this home. You might want to look at, maybe you're kind of set, I have to do it this way, and getting into a position of, well, maybe there's some people that I could hire to do it, or I could entrust another group to empower, to empower me to bring this in. That kind of energy. So that's that full moon energy again. Talking about, am I going to do it on my own steam, or am I going to collaborate with others? And so it's knowing when to do that and when not to, and how much to pay them when you do, how much to invest in their end of it, and how much to invest in yours. And then also understanding when burdens no longer belong to you. And sometimes some of the seeds we harvest might even be bringing in fruit. But it's like, okay, this is a good investment, it's made money, but it's taken so much of my energy and time that it's become burdensome, and I would rather make my money in another way. So it's like, okay, put that burden, that wand down, even though it's successful, and take the benefit from that now, and then cut it, and then move, do what it is that you feel would be more beneficial at this time. Very much that full moon energy, like that, that navigating that thin line between when is it good to bring others in and when is it to do things on your own steam. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. So this is basically in your spiritual position here. And so this is being truth. I feel like this is saying you need to be true to yourself. I don't see any energy here that's about justice, or there's any money theft or anything like that. I feel like this is more saying you have to be true to yourself kind of energy. Yeah, this is really good. So let's see If you're enjoying this reading, Leo, please do give it a like and comment. It really does help me to build my channel. And we're going to clarify with my Oracle Tales from the Vector, TAILS. So I have a website, talesfromthevector.com, and I started this Oracle back in 2007. There's 64 paintings. I'm an artist, so I completed these big dragon paintings. They're from the future, and they're from the Intergalactic Federation of Light. And so this energy in this Oracle, I've been sharing it, but the deck wasn't complete, and now that all of the paintings are done and they're ready to be printed and have that already, I'm working on the information that goes with it. So what better way than to work with all of you here online. So I really do thank you for your time and energy. It's allowing me to gather the information. And I will, in the description box below, list the numbers that are on these cards in the order that they appear in the reading, and the numbers on these cards represent the order the painting is in my gallery on my website if you feel like looking into it. I'm just tuning into this energy here, and we'll see if we can get a little bit more clarity. I think this is a beautiful reading for that full moon energy. It's good advice for all of us, knowing when, you know, how much, like, because if you deplete yourself, oh, there we go, then you become resentful, right? So this is the energy that wants to come out. Okay, and I just realized here, okay, first we'll look at this. So it's worldly and otherworldly desires. So I feel like that what this is saying is, a lot of people talk about, hey, I'm a human being with a soul, but you're actually a soul traveling in a human body, and this is the vehicle with which you navigate through life. And if you have your subconscious mind, which is represented here, and so your subconscious mind is the thoughts that you have from when you're a baby up until about your kindergarten age. And when you think about it, you don't remember very much from that time. But the subconscious mind of what happened to you when you were a baby and leading up to kindergarten is imprinted very heavily on you. So the subconscious mind is always with us. And when we get stressed out, that's what we tend to, that's the first thought that comes to our head. And it's actually not our thoughts. It's the thoughts of the people that were in charge of our care who told us what we were like. And you used to be like this when you were a baby, and you did this and you did that kind of energy. And so we also have the unconscious mind, and that is the needs of your soul. So this is about your mind and your will put together, and your soul has needs on an unconscious level that you may not be aware of. And then we have your conscious mind, and that's what you have a handle on. That's what you understand, what you can actually see. Like oh, I saw it with my own eyes, so I can see it, that kind of energy. When these three minds are congruent with each other and they are plugged into your heart's desires, then you can manifest at a very high rate. So this sometimes that's what this card is representing, and I do feel that's it. I also realized that I forgot to take the underlying energy from the bottom of the deck for, where is that card? We've got this. Oh, we never did. That's what I'm looking for. Sorry, I'm in the zone. Look at that. So the energy for the external forces coming in is the 9 of Cups. And we've had the 10 here. So this is talking about this energy of the external forces coming in are things that you've always wished for. And the thing about wishing, if you're wishing for something, it means you don't have it yet. And this is talking about staying focused on, on your path, on what you want, because many race is lost in the last lap. So don't lose your focus on going for this energy. That's what this is saying. Don't be too distracted by external forces. There we have it again, that full moon in Leo energy. If you wanted confirmation, Leo, hey, I deserve to have this energy. And then again, on this we have from the internal forces, this is clarifying that you need to have this. You have to heal your inner child energy, and you have to have the integrity and the strength to do what you feel is the right thing for you to do, for you to be able to empower the rest of the world. Like, we didn't come on the world, we don't need to fix the world, no one can fix the world, but you most certainly can add your special ingredient that God made you a unique person, and bring that down to earth and do your best to be the best version of you, and to empower the earth to be a better place. That's, a beautiful thing. We have dissension here on your identity, basically. So this is with friends like this, who needs enemies, swimming with sharks. So I feel like you're a very, look at, you have like a lot going for you. And you may find that friends, like, they might seem like, yeah, they're really happy for you. But this is just a warning. Sometimes your friends are not as friendly as you think they are. So just being aware of that, and recognizing, like, again, how much of yourself do you want to take, like, how much do you want to take away from your family and what you need to do and pour into other people, if it's going to be at the expense of the time you have for your family, etc., that kind of energy. And then we have denial. What I don't know won't hurt me. I feel there was some sort of betrayal in some way, and it could have been in a relationship. It doesn't necessarily, like, there's the Lover's card there. It doesn't really say if you're married here or not, but this is what I don't know won't hurt me. Yeah, it could hurt you, and maybe it did hurt you, and that's why you walked away. And notice there's a stable base here, and then there's these 2 cups and 1 off to the side here. And, we have these 3 swords there as well. Then we have intent, and so this is a karmic space. The road to hell is paved with good intentions. Again, when you're juggling your energy and you only have so much to give, and you give too much, then you could have had good intentions, but it can turn out, you may have noticed, sometimes when we have good intentions, that it turns out really not the way we intended. Then we have the superstar energy. I love this card right now. It's saying 2026 is your year. You were born to shine and to do things in your own unique way. So that's what it's saying, like, get the facts together and then look, how can you do this outside of the box? Like, what can you do to use your intuition to really empower yourself in a strong way? And we have shooting star. Okay, so this is saying, you're going to get this 10 cups. You wish upon the star, but then you don't sit there on your butt and just, oh, come on, come on, star, do your work for me. And the star's saying, hell, I just happened to shoot by you. I'm busy doing my own thing. So you need to put the energy into what you're wishing for, because when you think about it, when you're wishing for something, it means you don't have it. And so this is having a good attitude about, like, your needs on planet Earth, that kind of energy. It's really good. And the Chariot's coming in, so this is the power of spin. So if you've been betrayed and you're hurt and you've walked away, this is the energy that's coming in for you, and it's really powerful. I mean, wow, like, this is a really beautiful reading. And this means you're on your destined path, and that karma is in place. So what I mean by that is, it's talking about, a lot of people think karma is punishment, but it's more cause and effect. So if you walked away from someone and then that opened you up, this can be like, okay, now you're allowing yourself to be vulnerable again, and you're willing to have a different partner. Everything you've learned from that situation has raised your vibration, and now look at, you've got the 10 of cups, the person you wish for. You've got lots and lots of affluence and abundance. This is talking about having a lover that is vibrating at the same energy as you. We have, and my Chariot card in the Oracle is a ball, the yin-yang symbol, expanding and collapsing into itself. So it's kind of that energy, it's spinning. And it's talking about having the masculine and the feminine energies really balanced within yourself. Then you're going to attract someone who's not needy, who doesn't need a lover but wants one, and who also is balanced in their masculine and feminine energy. Then we have on the information coming in, Yeah, there was some deception here. And it was infidelity, I feel. And I feel like that's something that you were having to recover from. We have, from the bottom of the deck, the external forces here, we have perception. So somebody felt like the grass was greener on the other side and then found out it was fake. So there's, it's talking, that happens quite a bit. It is something that happened there was some sort of deception, and I feel like it was infidelity in the relationship. And this is something that now you have recovered from, that you're ready to do it again, but not in the same way. Oh, look at that. Yeah, you've opened your heart up. You're unfettered now. This is talking about your heart chakra opening up and healing. Looking at what part did I have in this? Like, what can I do differently in my future relationships, especially when it comes to a divine partner or a lover? Like, how can I carry myself? What do I need to look for? What are the flags? That kind of energy. And there was a tower with your lover. So, and this card can also represent divorce. Having said that, the worst divorce is from source, and that's the energy of, this energy. So it's talking about being able to heal from betrayal and then come back. And now this could represent sometimes that you decided, okay, I'm going to come back to reconcile with the person, I've forgiven them. But I feel this is more about, because it's pretty clear here, you're walking away. Or they walked away, whichever that is. And it's okay. So it's just kind of like, okay, now I'm going to be in a stronger position when another lover comes along, and I've opened my heart back up. It's healed now. You don't want to get into another relationship until you've dealt with the old one, because you'll just tend to repeat the same old shift again. And, it just doesn't really lead to anywhere. The grass was greener because on the other side, and a lot of people find that out when they get into a relationship, like they're unhappy with the relationship they have. And instead of them, looking into it more, sometimes there's very valid reasons for that. But sometimes it's just like, maybe it has something to, maybe you are the problem. It's that kind of energy. And maybe you need to look into it. And it might be things that you're not even aware of yourself really on a conscious level, but like that have come from your upbringing that are causing you to have problems. This saying on this dragon, that's the the opening the heart chakra, she's falling through the sky. She's from the Pleiades. And it's falling and failing in love is a matter of I. So if you don't love yourself, first and foremost, then how are you going to expect someone to raise themselves up to that vibration? And we have the Hermit here. So yeah, for safe travels in love, I guess, in your life, and if you're going to get back into like the loop again, you want to take the time to go inward, do this inner work, and always kind of keep that in mind, that you don't want to deplete yourself, because then what you're giving to other people, you're kind of giving it with resentment. That's the energy. And then, putting down the burdens of other people. And so we have the Capricorn energy. This is actually the very first sign that's come in from the horoscope. So I just want to make it clear that when I'm doing general readings, I'm not saying, oh, it's the Capricorn that was the burden. This is more talking about the energy, like the state of being of the Capricorn sign. We all have a little bit of Saturn energy in us, which is represented here by the Capricorn, and it's having ambition and taking consistent steps of action towards our goals. The Capricorn energy is the mountain goat that climbs the mountain. It's got it's hobbled because it has tail of a dolphin on the rear end instead of the driving force of hooves and a rear end of a mountain goat. So it's very challenging. But when something happens, the mountain goat is very disciplined, gets back up and climbs even higher. That's the energy. And then we have the Emperor here. So we were talking about this pre-Empress energy, and I feel like, yeah, if you're going to be attracting a a soulmate or whatever, it could be the Emperor energy now, because that's how much your vibration has raised. So it's like saying, to be able to attract an emperor, emperors are all about performance, and so they're going to be attracted to someone who is equal to their energy. And this is talking right here. You go inward and you're just about to become an empress, and maybe there's an emperor out there that's interested in you right now, or has their eye on you. And you know, like maybe we'll hear about it in the next reading, Leo. Maybe you are the emperor and you found your pre-empress, that kind of energy. I do hope you have enjoyed this. Please do like and comment if you have, and consider subscribing to my channel if you resonate. It would be my honor if you did so. Bye for now, Leo. We'll see you at the beginning of the month reading next. Sorry, I have to wake my cat up. She's sad.